All right. Welcome, Candidate Branch and Candidate Melrath. Thank you all for your presence and participation. At this time, you will have 90 seconds to introduce yourself to the audience. In your introduction, please include experiences you have had that have prepared you to run for County Council. Since we are starting our questions with Candidate Branch, Candidate Melrath, you will do your introduction first. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Russ Melrath, and I came to Cecil County after I graduated from Lincoln University up in Oxford, Pennsylvania. My family is from Oxford, so you'll see a lot of Melraths up there. I graduated from Lincoln with a BA degree and got a scholarship to the University of Pittsburgh, where I got my master's in teaching. My first job in 1971 was after I graduated from the master's, was at Bohemia Manor High School in Chesapeake City. So that's how I arrived here in Cecil County. And I was a civics teacher, a U.S. history teacher, and I was a baseball coach. I got $300 a year to coach the baseball team. And with a master's degree in teaching, I was getting paid $8,000 a year as a teacher. And that was back in the year 1972. After a couple of years, my wife and I decided we wanted to have children, and wasn't going to be able to do that on a teacher's salary back then. So we decided we would start up a business. We didn't have children. I became a State Farm insurance agent for 32 years in Northeast, and we built a business together and had two sons, Jason and Jared. I'm really proud of our Cecil County schools, and both of our sons went to Cecil County schools, and we graduated and got master's degrees. One son became a lawyer, and one son became a teacher.
Thank you. Candidate Branch, the floor is now yours.
Good evening. Thank you to the Cecil County Chamber of Commerce and Cecil College for hosting us tonight, and to all of you in attendance. My name is Dawn Branch, and I am the Republican candidate for the District 5 County Council seat. I am a proud mom and grandmother, and have lived in Cecil County for more than 20 years. I have almost 30 years of financial experience that includes financial analysis, developing and managing budgets, problem solving, and both short and long-term strategic planning. I was a small business owner for 15 years, and I have a master's degree in education. I was elected to the school board for 2 terms from 2010 through 2018. 5 of those years I served as president. After that, I served on the Boys and Girls Club of Cecil County for several years. I currently work in grant administration of approximately $4 million serving the Judy Center. I want to be your next District 5 Councilwoman because you deserve better representation than you have had. I will serve all constituents fairly and listen to your concerns respectfully. Together, we will restore Cecil County back to a place where everyone feels like they belong and are supported. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now start with our questions. We'll have 90 seconds to respond to your question. Candidate Branch, you will go first. Describe the differences between the executive and legislative branches in regard to function and responsibilities.
The charter that was developed in Cecil County changed the type of government we had in Cecil County. It used to be a board of 5 county commissioners that made all of the decisions. Once the charter was passed, that power shifted between 2 groups of people, 1 county executive and 5 county council members that are supposed to be a checks and balances. So the county executive is the executive branch, and the county council is the legislative branch. Each has their responsibilities, but work in tandem to, again, hold each other responsible, but also manage the county government. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Melrath, same question. Describe, I will read the question again. Describe the differences between the executive and legislative branches in regard to function and responsibilities.
Main purpose of the county council is budget related, and that's what they focus on. They work with the county executive to come up with a budget and get it approved. But that's the primary function of the county council is the budget.
Thank you. Okay, for our second question, candidate Milburn will go first. As a county council member, how will you support and create an environment that allows businesses of all sizes to locate, grow, and thrive in Cecil County? What specific actions or recommendations would you suggest to improve the local business climate in Cecil County?
My turn?
Yes.
Okay. I was in business in the Northeast for 32 years. I was president of the Northeast Chamber of Commerce. And I was heavily involved in the Northeast Water Festival when we had it. We tried to develop through the Chamber of Commerce's small businesses and support them, and that's how I was involved. I would continue to try to support that process, working with the chamber that we are here with tonight, Cecil County Chamber of Commerce, to try to get small businesses in the county. That's it.
Thank you. Candidate Branch, same question. As a county council member, how will you support and create an environment that allows businesses of all sizes to locate, grow, and thrive in Cecil County? What specific actions or recommendations would you suggest to improve the local business climate in Cecil County?
I think it begins with collaboration, especially between the Chamber of Commerce, Susquehanna Workforce Network, the library system, and the school system. Each offers programs to help start small businesses and also to help the workforce get jobs. The problem is there's a lot of duplication of efforts. We need to work together better as a community with the goal of promoting entrepreneurship. We also need to incentivize small businesses. We gave $625,000 to Great Wolf Lodge to come to Cecil County. We need to do something to help our small businesses grow and thrive as well. With our proximity to Delaware, it's tough. Our minimum wage is $15 an hour in Maryland. It's much lower in Delaware. We have to give businesses a reason to stay open here and make it affordable to do so. Finally, economic development is successful when you have a workforce with targeted training and educational opportunities so that the businesses have a trained workforce to hire from. Thank you.
Question 3. Candidate Branch, you will go first. Cecil County volunteer fire companies cite a downturn in volunteers, which is a major challenge in providing fire and rescue services to the community. What steps can the county take to support and address this challenge?
We have a program, a fire safety program at the School of Technology, which is a good start to help the volunteers because they get trained and then they volunteer at the firehouses as well. That is a good way of getting more people into the fire companies. You also need to consider what we can do to help them on their personal budgets. Tax credits, they get years of service, they get things like that. But we need to take care of the fire companies because most of them here in Cecil County are volunteers and we absolutely depend on them. If I call 911, if any of you call 911, we need help now. We need to make sure we have the volunteers behind it when we make that call. Thank you.
Candidate Melrath, same question. Cecil County volunteer fire companies cite a downturn in volunteers, which is a major challenge in providing fire and rescue services to the community. What steps can the county take to support and address this challenge?
I think what we need to do is to continue to support the volunteer fire companies and also with the financial support that we would give them. We, as far as creating volunteers for them, that's it.
Thank you. Okay, question 4. Candidate Melrath, you will go first. When discussing the budget with your colleagues, what will you do to ensure the conversation stays fair and focused and centered on the needs of the community?
We run it like a business, and I discussed this on the Cecil TV interview that I did Monday night. One of the powers that the county council members have is they're in the building, they have offices, and they're working with the county executive, and they get to talk to him on a one-on-one basis, or her on a one-on-one basis. That interaction in the county administration building, I think, is the best way that they can keep things active and friendly, and make their points to the things that they think should be included in the budget.
Thank you. Candidate Branch, same question. When discussing the budget with your colleagues, what will you do to ensure the conversation stays fair and focused and centered on the needs of the community?
I think along with fair and focused, it has to stay professional. There's no room for personal attacks or questioning a lot of the things that have happened in the past. I think that I am 20% of the county council, so that everyone, all 5 of us, get to share our opinions and knowledge, and we get to work together along with the county executive's budget to determine what we feel is fair. In remaining centered, you have to stay focused on the job at hand. We look at the county executive's budget that gets handed to us. We determine if we want to lower it because we do not have the authority to raise it. But we also need to make sure that we have constant conversations with department heads and people in those positions to find out what we're doing well and what we need to do better. It comes down to having a strategic plan. Thank you.
That ends our questions. Each candidate will now have 1 minute to wrap up. Our clock says 1 minute and 30 seconds, but please know you only have 1 minute for wrap up. Candidate Melrath, you will go first. The floor is yours.
Well, the issues that concern me is twofold. I live in Chesapeake Club, the abandoned golf course south of town, and I would like to see, the growth slowed to the point that we can put things where they're supposed to be. They're planning on putting 200 unit apartment buildings, 4 stories tall, down in the Chesapeake Club. And if you know the traffic in Northeast, you don't want to put 200 more apartments south of Northeast and try to go through Northeast. So I'd like to see them located where they make the most sense, the common sense places where they are now, right at this interchange in Northeast, the Elkton interchange, the Northeast interchange, and the Berryville interchange. There are 4-story apartment buildings right over my shoulder, right at the Northeast interchange. And you can't even see them. They're built right into the forest there. And that's the place where apartment buildings should be put.
Thank you. Candidate Branch, the floor is yours.
Thank you again to the Chamber of Commerce and Cecil College for hosting us. If you want a thriving community, we must properly fund it. This includes public safety and education, the infrastructure, essential services, and our small businesses. If we do not strategically plan for and implement common sense budgeting, we all lose. I'd like to leave you with these 3 things this evening. First, we need a long-term strategic plan that prioritizes our needs and goals and maps out how, in 3, 5, and 10 years, we reach those goals. Second, we need a checks and balances form of government as written in the charter. The County Council has a responsibility to hold the county executive and all funded departments accountable. Third, I I will represent the entire community. Finally, please vote for me, Dawn Branch, to be your next District 5 Councilwoman. Together, we can make the changes necessary for a better Cecil County. Thank you.
Thank you, Candidate Branch and Candidate Melrath, for your participation. You may now join the audience.